All of you can see my screen. Perfect. Big data. So the first thing which we are going to see is big data. What is all about big data? Why there is that much big buzzword in the industry? Everybody is talking about big data and big data. So what is exactly the big data? Is it only about the huge massive volume of data, or is it about unstructured data? There are a number of components and number of dimensions about the big data which should come with the definition of big data. Our today's agenda is this. We'll see the big data related thing. What is exactly the big data, all its dimensions. There are some conventional approaches and there was surely some problem with the conventional approaches. That's why big data came into the picture. Then we'll enter into the world of big data. Starting with what is big data? These are the few facts I have gathered from various players like IBM, Gartner and all. So every day world create 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. Just imagine 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. You can imagine the number of zeros. So much data that 90% of the data in the world today has been created in last 2 years alone. Huge volume of data. So you can imagine the volume of the data. If I plot a graph, it's exponential. This graph is not linearly increasing, this is exponentially increasing. So that's why currently means we have entered into a stage where IT world is facing one more transition of the technologies. You might have seen the previous, might have at least read about the previous transition. It was around 18 to 20 years ago when all these the current conventional technologies came into the market. So people started using it, people started using IT, they have using this RDBMS, this OS, all such things which is currently also existing in the market. Okay, so Gartner defines big data as not only high volume, but it also includes two other dimensions, that is velocity as well as variety. So Gartner defines big data as high volume, high velocity and high variety information assets that demand cost effective innovative form of information processing and enhance insight and decision making. I'll come to each and every word and explain you what exactly this means. Velocity as well as variety and all such things. What does it mean? Pretty important figure. According to IBM, 80% of the data captured today is unstructured. Now, what do I mean by unstructured data? So first, we surely know about the structured data, that is in the form of rows and columns that can be easily fit into structure, that can be easily stored inside RDBMS. That's the structured data. The second is semi-structured data. The semi-structured data is that in which there are lots of values are missing. Still you can put the structure. Say for example, in your table if you are having 50 columns, in many of the lines 10, 20, 30 columns are missing. So that will be come under the category of semi-structured data. The next category is unstructured. The paragraph which you are seeing in front of your screen is in the form of unstructured data. Whatever we tweet, whatever we post on social media. So all such things means you can't put any of the structure on the top of this. That's unstructured data. So this unstructured data is captured from sensors used to gather climate information, post to social media, we discussed, digital pictures, videos, purchase transaction records, cell phone GPS signals and many more. So let's talk a little bit more about this. If you can recall 5 years or 10 years ago, the pictures we were taking was in few KBs. Even if I say just 5 years ago, I was clicking a picture whose size was hardly 100 KB. Now I am clicking a picture, each and every of the pictures size is more than 10 MB. You increment in the volume. Every day I am clicking more than 100 pictures. If I talk about the pictures taken by our satellites, this pictures is in GBs. So because they need to cover n number of aspects of that, after that those pictures are analyzed and gather the weather information and all such things. One of the major source is the social media. Currently we are uploading millions of videos and pictures in the social media, posts in the social media. And if we are talking about the industry related things, one of the major issue they are facing is purchase transaction records. Can anybody tell me in what form this data is stored? Transaction records. Waiting for your ping. Ahmad RDMS, Aditya, Guru Prasad, Prince, Sweta. Structure, ball format. Okay. These purchase transaction record are generated in the form of XML. As I recently worked with one of the major retail player, so they are getting huge volume of XML data. That's their transaction records, that's their invoices. So surely XML is having a little bit structure, but again you can't load XML into your RDBMS, right? So this is again quite a good application, quite a good use case that I'm going to share with you. That's a typical Rotalix application. This converts means conversion of XML into structured data after applying all the complex business rules on the top of that. So if you are having that data in the range of 100 GB or 1 TB per day, so it's a huge data. If you are talking in terms of purchase transaction records for your social media and other, the huge data I'll say is 1 petabyte. But here, since almost all the players, they need to apply n number of business rule to validate this and to convert it into structured format. And then next level format is what should I say, the data marts on the top of which the user can generate the reports. So let me share one information. So for means for them, by using the conventional technology, it was taking 12 hours to process the data. The data is in the form of XML and the processing technology was Perl. The same thing is converted into Hadoop MapReduce and we are getting the results in, means earlier it was around 10 hours, around if I say approximately, some it depends on volume, so sometimes volume increase, so the time increase, sometimes volume decrease, so time decrease. So approx if we take 10 hours, and here the with the help of Hadoop and MapReduce, the same data was processed only in 15 minutes on a